with the whole whimsical spoopiness that is Tim Burton.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you know where that shouldn't be? In something that he didn't create.
Yep.
Like whimsical spoopiness and all that, and dun 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 dun. It's fine. It's great for Nightmare Before Christmas or Edward Scissorhands or any of those movies.
Yeah. Even the Alice in Wonderland flicks you do and stuff like that. That makes perfect sense.
But not the Batman.
Yeah.
The Batman has its own kind of like themes and settings and all that stuff. This ain't it.
In a film that is supposed to be fucking, well, I mean, according to what you fucking made, dark and disturbing, you made it sound pretty jaunty.
Yeah, they're about to throw a baby in a river down the sewer. Maybe it shouldn't go la 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 la.
Yeah,
it's this is basically Scrooge's soundtrack. By the way,
is. Yeah, it really is.
I'm pretty sure it's kind of the same song.
It kind of that was very Scrooge-like. I don't know why I don't know. I mean, I guess that might be what he was going for because it's the whole Christmas theme.
Yeah. So they toss the baby over the bridge. I do love that they pass another couple. They go, hi.
Hi. I actually really like that scene because it's like, oh, they've got to keep up appearances. I think that was really well done.
And then they toss the baby over the thing, falls into the sewer. Cut to, I think, 37 years later, something like that.
Well, yeah, we get the Batman March, which is updated Christmassy.
Yeah.
Which, yes, I did change for the intro. Didn't need to, but I did. Yeah. And and then that's where the credits come in.
So it's Christmas in Gotham, and they're lighting the tree with a new mayor and Ice Princess, kind of like a Miss Gotham type thing.
Yes. And
we get Max Schreck, one of our main villains of the film, in a meeting with the mayor beforehand, I guess.
Yeah, he's having a meeting in his weird donut table, and there's like a ton of people around, and he's just having a meeting about his new plan to have a new power plant.
Where he's going to take power from Gotham.
Yeah, well, they don't know that yet. But they're
the mayor's just like, well, I'm going to fight you on this.
Because the mayor's like, we have a surplus of power. We have more power than we need. Well, he literally says, like, we have enough to generate enough power to run the city for 10 years. Why do you want another power plant? It makes no sense. And that's where he's sort of like, I'm going to fight you because this is a waste of funds and money and that. And that's, and then we also get Selena Kyle, like, awkwardly, like, for a secretary who seems relatively good at her job, she really doesn't know how to be discreet as far as pouring coffee.
Yeah.
A little weird.
And they try to frump her up. I'm like, good try, guys.
Like, yeah, this is your attempt, much like they do in a lot of 90s teen movies that we'll get to, is like, you can't take somebody who is painfully attractive and ugly them up. It's just not possible.
And she's, like, super awkward and, like, I have an idea. It was more of a question, and she doesn't even ask the question. And everyone's like, well, Mac's like, I'm sorry, I haven't broke it in, Miss Kyle.
I'm sorry. She's a woman.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's very much that, but he literally just like, but she makes a hell of a cup of coffee. And I'm like, considering how awkward she is, I doubt that.
Yeah. And then they all leave to go to the thing, and she's just like, oh, stupid. She calls herself a corn dog.
Which I'm like, that's not a saying.
Nope.
Okay.
And the circus attacks.
Yeah.
What we find out to be the Red Triangle
Gang.
Probably the coolest thing in this movie, if I'm going to be honest.
I think so. They're a solid gang. Ironically, I learned a lot about this movie that I never learned as a kid, because I clearly, as we'll mention, I don't watch this movie very often. Yeah. So a lot of the times, which is how I heard, the Poontang line, so much of the exposition is whispered, and I never heard it growing up. Never. So I made a point this time of hearing everything. So I would put on captioning and I would turn it up. I heard so much, we'll get to it when it happens, but I learned so much about this gang and how the Penguin makes even less sense.
Yeah.
Based on finally hearing about everything. And I'm like, oh, wait, I wish they hadn't said it because I was okay with it before. Now I don't understand it.
Yeah, because they never checked. We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
So they attack, Batman saves the day.
Which, for the first time in a Batman movie, he's saving people.
Yep.
He hasn't done this yet. He's just been, every other time, he's been reacting to shit.
I do love, because the cops in this movie are just like the cops in the 66 show. We're just call Batman.
Just call fucking Batman. Why are we doing it? Why are we pretending?
We cannot be asked to stop this gang of circus freaks.
Yeah.
Call the Batman. Because even Commissioner Gordon's like, what are you waiting for?
Come use the signal. And I do enjoy the fact that when they fucking light up the signal, Bruce is just sitting there. Now, I believe this.
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne is sitting there just brooding.
I love it. Just chin.
Yeah, he's just
the chin,
fist
just
on
like
chin, and just like I'm fucking. Yeah, I mean, I still don't like the idea that Batman has to wear glasses. I'm hoping that's a part of the disguise, but I don't think so. So I'm like, oh, so our Batman's nearsighted? Okay, but how in the daylight no one has seen the additions to Wayne Manor that are bat signals that are reflectors to shine it into the house?
Yeah.
You're not good at hiding your secret, Bruce.
Although, I think it's established that his mansion is so far out that nobody fucking
I guess
goes
that's
there.
true. I guess that's true, but somebody has to go there.
It's this giant out. No, because he doesn't have any friends.
That's, well, yeah.
And if he has a party at Wayne Manor, he probably just fucking covers them up.
Yeah. Just throw up a tarp.
Get on the roof and throw a tarp on the bat
fucking
signals.
old man, get up there and fucking do this shit.
Michael Gott, just on a fucking rickety old ladder.
How can it, sir? But I do, and again, this is more proof of Tim Burton is just like, I'm just the guy, I'm going to make this look like real, emotional, whatever. The fucking thing shines in, right?
Yep.
And Michael Keaton spends a half hour staring at it. He gets up and he walks slowly toward it.
I do love to get up and like...
Yeah.
To get up and like, heroic pose.
Yeah, and I'm like,
that's not what who's he doing that for?
I don't know, but my question is if this is his whole fucking point of being... Why is he just not like, fuck yeah, I get to be Batman, like run down to the fucking cave? No, he's just going to stand there and walk slowly and stare at it.
Slide.
Like, yeah. I mean, he did have one. We'll get there in a minute, but... And this is also when Batman flat out murders Fox.
Yeah.
We're not even pretending he don't kill people. Lights the fucking devil person who's the fire spitter. Lights them on fire with the ass end of the Batmobile.
Yep.
Throws a bomb at a fat guy in a hole... And it blows up, and pieces of the guy, I mean, comically, sure, but pieces of him fall out. Batman is straight up murdering people and doing it with a smile.
Save Selena because she had to go down because Max forgot his speech.
Yes, we get that stupid-ass line of, "Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, wait, I forgot, I'm not married." And that, she talks about not having any fucking relationships, right?
Yeah. She
gets a phone call from a dude who was going to go away with her for the weekend, and then he cancels.
That was in a minute. He saves her from a clown. Like shoots a thing into a wall.
Kind of badass.
You missed. Pulls the thing, knocks him out.
Pretty fucking.
She
badass.
takes his taser. That plays into the movie a lot later. Then we get Max and the Penguin. Yeah. Because he dips out.
Yeah. Well, no, he fucking okay. So yeah, we get the stupid thing where the kid, the son, who played, we mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He played Leatherface in the 2003 remake.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Bullshit remake, but
he also tried his best at doing a Christopher Walken.
He did. I appreciate it. Mr. Mayor, it's time to bring joy to the masses. I like that.
Yeah.
So, so Penguin, like, was it the gang?
No, the gang.
The gang fucking, like, we don't want you. We want to talk to you, and the fucking
the man in charge.
What do you want? Man in charge goes, not you, Shrek, and they fucking punch the guy out the way. And then the kid jumps in and goes, Dad, go, and he does.
Save yourself.
Like, okay,
and he does.
Good job, Father.
And then he runs off, goes into an alley, falls through a booby trap.
And I'm gonna steal this from Honest Trailers, but they're absolutely right, and I have to point this out. People as a whole avoid walking on grates. This motherfucker stands there and stops and hangs out on one.
Yeah.
That would not happen. Yeah. On top of that always fucking bugs me. This dude has got Heath Ledger Joker fucking attempts at making sure that everything in his plan fucking follows. Because he had to have somehow made sure Shrek left...
Goes down that
specific alley, stands on that grate... just so that they can take him down. That is Heath Ledger Joker levels of fucking like, this shit's gotta be fucking perfect, and if it isn't, we're fucked.
Yep.
And of course it does, gets to the movie.
So he goes down, runs into the Penguin and the circus gang, and the Penguin basically blackmails him.
Yeah.
Penguin's like, you need to help me. I'm not gonna help you. Okay, well, I can prove that that you've killed your partner.
Well, this is the first instance of, we're gonna show shit that kids should not be seeing. So he shows up about
toxic waste.
You've gotten this toxic... You've dumped this toxic waste.
Toxic
yeah,
waste.
He's like, you've got this toxic waste. Well, that could have came from anywhere. You're right. What about documents that say that you fucking didn't give a shit about slumlord neighbors? He's like, well, if I had those documents, they'd be shredded. And he pulls them out and like, well, You know?
Tape and patience.
A lot of tape and a little patience. It goes a long way. And then he's like, well, what about your partner, Fred something? And he's just like, well, he took an extended vacation. And then he's like, oh, wait. And he pulls into his little bag and goes, and he pulls out a severed hand.
It was a stocking that said Max on it.
Yes, of course. And it's a severed hand. He's like, hi, I'm Fred's hand. And I'm like, well, we're fucked
Guess
up.
what other body parts I have?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do you have this guy's penis?
He does. He totally does. I think the poodle lady plays with it.
And I love how they make a deal, and he shakes the...
Yeah,
He makes him shake the hand.
I legitimately laughed at that because I forgot he did that. Because the way Danny DeVito does that is fucking genius. He goes to, like, shake the hand, and then he shakes it, and he doesn't sell it. He doesn't do anything. He just walks away like it's nothing.
Yep.
He just fucking hands it to him, and then he walks away like, Kind of in the same... Actually, I wanted to talk about the way the penguin is first revealed. Because he's not revealed in this big way. They kind of make it play like he is, but he doesn't. He's just sitting there feeding penguins fish. And it's just like, and he looks up and he goes, hi. And he looks back down like it's nothing. I'm like,
I do believe the word you're looking for is, ah!
Danny DeVito is fantastic in this movie.
Yeah. So they make a deal.
Yeah.
Selena goes home to her cats, talks to nobody. Talks to her cats like it's a...
Yeah, like it's a... Well, I do that.
And I love it. But I love it. It's just like... Yes, I believe that this woman who's painfully attractive, who's being frumped up, does not have a man.
Yeah, no, that's not logical.
Not that again, I don't want to, like, project, like, oh, she's hot, she would have a boyfriend. I get that there's women that probably look like that, but still, like, come on.
Let's face it, especially because she's desperate, which they play up, she's got somebody. Yeah. That guy probably treats her like shit, but she's got somebody. Hence the fact, but that's my problem, because she talks about it. When she comes in, it's like, oh, I forgot I'm not married. Like, she doesn't have anyone. She talks about, like, because she got attacked by that dude, and she's just like, well, that's why I've got no relationships in my life, and shit like that. But yet she gets a phone call from a guy who cancels on a weekend getaway they had.
Yeah.
She did not know that this was happening. This is a very confusing way to go about it.
And at the end of the message, after, like, Gotham Lady perfume, and her mom calls, and her mom's obviously comically like, oh, Selena, you never call, you should call me for
Christmas. You need to get married.
I'm like, I didn't know her mom was Jewish.
She kind of was.
And then at the end, it's like, Selena, this is your self-calling. You got to remember you.
Unless you remember to do that, get
and she's
the
like,
files
oh,
prepared for the Bruce Wayne thing, and then she fucks off. Yeah.
Then she runs back to get to the files. She finds files she's not supposed to in her evil boss's office.
Well, because she literally hacks his fucking computer.
Because it's his
dead chihuahua on the thing.
Geraldo.
Who names a dog Geraldo?
Max Schreck.
Yeah.
He corners her, and she's like, who would you tell? He's like, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Well, that's when she does the exposition. What are you going to do,
kill me?
Well, that's when she does the exposition of, you're going to suck the power and not give power. And he's just like, she's like, well, yeah, what are you going to do, kill me? And he goes, actually, it's a lot like that. And then he goes closer to her. Nah. She freaks out and goes, ha ha, I'm kidding. And she starts laughing, even though, like, her eye, like, Michelle Pfeiffer is actually really great in this movie. Her eyes are literally filled with tears. She's about to freak the fuck out, but she starts laughing very nervously. And then he pushes her out the fucking window. And this bugged me. I've never noticed it before, but it bugged me. She falls through a bunch of awnings. Those would have slowed her fall.
Yeah.
She would have survived.
You think?
Yep.
I don't know how far she fell.
I mean, it's a big tower, don't get me wrong, but she fell through 8 of those fucking awnings. They would have slowed her fall to a point where she would have survived. Now, you could make the argument she did survive, but I don't know, because she now gets cat powers.
Well, she falls and, like, makes no splat. Which,
no.
Like, no.
I mean, if
pizza sauce.
If that didn't slow her fall. Which maybe that's what they were doing, because
and
maybe it was so high that,
are just given by a bunch of cats running out of the gutter.
A bunch of cats chew on her. Lick her, kiss her. And I'm like...
Her eyes are twitching like she's fucking been possessed.
I gotta tell you.
She goes white as ghost awakes.
I got a cat, and maybe he's the wrong kind of cat, but that dude licks me constantly, because that's his thing.
And no cat powers.
He's a little weird, and I've never had cat powers.
You're not Catman.
In fact, I'm less. But
Doesn't DC have a Catman? DC has a Catman, right?
Kind of.
Wildcat.
Yeah. The old boxer dude. I like him a lot. So this doesn't make any sense to me, just because this is what I was talking about with the 2004 Catwoman movie. People shit on the origin and stuff like that. I'm like, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's an evil business. She finds out something from an evil business. They push her out a window. She falls down. She gets breathed on by a cat, so I guess that's slightly different. And then she comes back as a cat.
Yeah.
stupid.
So she comes home, does the exact same thing. Honey, I'm home, but she's like a zombie now.
I forgot I'm not married. And then she goes and does like she did before.
Gives
she does
milk.
the one thing you're not supposed to do is give milk to a cat. Then she drinks